So we're back here working on this guitar again, and I got the clear coat completely dried. Sorry if it's loud, the air conditioner, it never really turns off. It goes whatever, it's wild. All right, so here's what we're doing. All right, so I have the old trusty light on here so I can see the orange peel, and I can see when it gets flat like that. So there's one thing I gotta get out. I get this little hair, I gotta get that out of there. So we're gonna sand on that. Everything else looks like it's gonna be great. I got some little things here and there, see that, little whatever. So we're gonna work on level sanding this a bit. I have some stuff right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. See those little things right there? I think that was from it being a little too humid, but we're about to work on sanding all this imperfections out of here anyway. So we're gonna hit it with more clear coat. So I'm not gonna sit here and film me doing all this. But what I'm doing is I will use the Acrylic. So here's a piece I had from the last thing. That's the 1200. I highly recommend this. It's really great for not having to wet sand. So it really just like literally just do this a little bit. It'll let me see if I can show you a little bit. Get a little bit on the thing, wipe it off on your clothes or on your towel, boom. Comes off, go back to doing it, wipe it off, do it, wipe it off, do it. You can already see like it just barely touching it, and it's already starting to flatten it out. So it doesn't take very long. So I'm gonna try and flatten this out, get the imperfections out. I'm not gonna go super flat and make sure it's just totally matte, because I'm gonna spray it again anyway. My main thing is to get the imperfections out and get the imperfections out of this and get the back here with the stinger. So that's all I'm really gonna work on tonight. Hopefully it shouldn't take me very long, but I'll flash back once we got it done. Okay, so first problem, that hair, it's gone. Nothing but creamy white texture. So we're gonna keep on going. So what I did was I switched to the 800. It wasn't cutting fast enough for me, but that is silky smooth right there though. That's orange peel, silky smooth. See if I can get the light hitting off of it. Not really because it's so matte. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna work on getting the rest of it done. All right, dudes, so I've gotten some orange peel still in it, but like I said, I'm not getting crazy. I just wanted to mainly get any of the, any little black dots, any little hairs, any of that stuff. So I kind of looked over it with a fine tooth comb. It feels smooth to the touch. That's a little bit rough right there. But when you spray it, it's gonna orange peel up again. So I'm gonna have to knock it and level sand it again. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and sand it until it's perfectly smooth. Anyway, now time to work on this little monster. She looks dirty, boy. She's nasty. So we're gonna try and level sand this best we can, and hopefully not to burn into the letters. So that's the goal, is to get all this crap out without burning into these letters, because we can always put more clear, but I can't put more letters unless I start over, and that's not what I'm about. So if we burn into the letters, we've screwed up. I'm gonna start with 800 and go to the 1200, wherever that went. There it is. All right, so we'll start here and I'll come back when I got this nice and flush. All right, we're getting to the nitty gritty here. So this is getting pretty flat. Now, I think this, I don't know what it is, but I've almost got it off here, but I'm having to be really careful to not burn through the edges. The good news is, if it stays, it'll all be covered up with the washers. I don't like to do that, but if I can't get it out, I've been working on this one for a while. I don't want to burn through, so I'm working on this edge right here to get that off. The good news is there's not really any down here. It's any big deal. It's mainly around here, and that might be what happened was when I was spraying, the humidity was like 68%. So I noticed that there was some little white right here. So that's probably from trapped moisture or something like that from the humidity being a little too high. So note to self, if the humidity's high, don't spray. But everything else worked out pretty good. So we're gonna keep working on this to see if we can get all these little white spots off without taking the paint off. So take the paint off, I'll have to get a paintbrush out. That's all I can tell you. So anyway, back to sanding. I started with 800 grit, now I'm back with 1200, and I'm just doing it lightly, trying to just do it light enough just to get it off of there. So wish me luck. So I was trying to get those little dots out, right? So I'm still working on it. Had a little burn through on the edge, which is fine. I'll just put a little magic marker there, no big deal. So I was almost got all those little dots out, and I said, I had a few right here. I said, man, I'm gonna spit on this rag and try and wipe it. So I spit on that rag and started wiping, and the dots started coming up. Weird. So I just gave it that old hot tua, and booyah. So they're coming up. So the last little imperfection is that right there, which if I told my dad that, he would probably be like, bro, are you serious right now? So anyway, but I'm a weirdo. So I'm trying to get that last little thing out. Man, this is awesome. Look how crazy these things get. Really make you think you did a crappy job when you're looking that close. That's like 1,200 grit scratches. I feel like you're just big gaps. That is nuts. So that's a little bit of stuff right there. It looks like what it is. Hold on. Well, damn. I just videoed for probably 5 minutes and didn't get any of it. Whatever. Long story short, I'm scared I'm gonna burn through this. That's the last little imperfection I got right there. I'm trying to get out. I was saying, I don't know if it caught on another video, but you can see when you dial in, there's little bitty pits. I think that was from humidity. Like those are kind of white in color. So it just kind of looks a little funky. Look at that glitter in there. It's pretty cool. Long story short, we're done. We're done with this. And we're gonna go flip it over and do the stinger. All right, so stinger is, you can feel it still. So what I'm gonna try and do now is just smooth this out a little bit. Just get all this nice and smooth. And that's all I'm gonna really do is knock some of the orange peel off of it. I got some little burrs right here. I'm gonna barely hit these burr spots. I'm just not gonna really worry about getting it floated in, but I'm gonna try my best to work on it down here. But last time I messed with it, I burnt through a little bit. So that's what I'm trying not to do this time. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. That don't look bad at all. See that little red in it right there? There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about the seam. It had a big fat gap. Looks pretty good from right here, a couple feet away. So anyway, so I'm gonna try and work on this and I'm going to bed. All right, folks, so we got her hung up. It's all kind of somewhat level sanded. Mainly all the burrs are off. All the imperfections on the top was the main thing I wanted to get out. You know, had some little, like I said, fuzz right here. Had a couple high spots, you know, whatever. We sanded those out. That's looking pretty good right there. That still is a little funky, but I mean, it looks better than being a big red blob. So that's whatever it is, what it is. So we got this sanded off. It's looking good. I mean, you can't really see those imperfections. I wiped it with a little wet. It looks really good actually. I wiped it with a wet cloth to get all the extra dust off of it. Looks really, really good. Kind of happy with it. So this sanded through right here a little bit. Tried to fix it with a marker. It's got a little bit of crap in there. Whatever. If I didn't tell you, you probably would never notice. I mean, you can't really see it. So I kind of quit this because I'm gonna do a lot more coats on it later on at some point. I'm not sure when we get to do it again. But I just kind of level sanded this a bit. It's gonna fill back in with more stuff, so it doesn't have to worry about that. It's gonna be nice and smooth, just like the front. This is only that smooth because I had to do it to get all that white crap out. This didn't have any white crap, so I'm not really worried about it. So the only thing I'm worried about on this is I hope Dad lined these holes up and had all the tuner pegs lined up correctly. So if that doesn't happen, it's just the tuner pegs are starting to be lined up. So it's too late in the game to drill more holes. The only thing you could do would be to replace it with like a two screw tuner and then make one of them really the anchor and one of them not. So, but it probably won't happen. So anyway, that's it though. Looking good. Daddy said it looks like a vanilla wafer. So like a vanilla wafer on the back with like some Oreo cream on it. So it's looking good. It's gonna be a classic looking guitar. I'm loving it. It's gonna look nice. So looking good. Anyway, so that's all for tonight. That's all I could do this weekend. Had rained, 77% humidity here tonight. It's a little hot, but it's not too bad in here. So we're almost finished. Once we clear coat the final thing, of course we'll level sand it, buff, polish. Then I just got to start putting it back together, which tuner heads, What else? I gotta resolder the pickups back in. All the electronics, they're already in there, so we don't have to worry about that. I just gotta take the tape out of the holes and put the pods back in, the pots, whatever you call them, and get it ready to go. I gotta re-drill these little holes out though because I have so much residue, and this was cracked right here, and so since I did so much to fix them, I'm gonna make really sure that these are drilled out plenty, because these are pretty much just an anchor. Like, pressure holds these down. These need to be good and tight because they're getting pulled on the whole time. But I'm not really worried about these. But these are the main ones. These didn't crack. This cracked right here and right here. So I don't want that to re-crack because I think I fixed it. But you never really know until you're finished and you get those things back in. So I'm going to reuse the same drill bit the holes out to where those bushings just literally slide in there. I don't want them to be like hammered in, just slide nice and easy. So hopefully these pickup holes hopefully they're drilled correctly too. So we'll see what happens in the final situation. Hopefully I got the angle right. It should be, you know, we just want a nice playable guitar. So it looks good, it's gotta be playable now. So that was a lot of extra. Sorry, I thought the video was over. Gotcha. All right, so we are doing the clear coat on the guitar. So I already sprayed a tack coat. This is the second can. So I'm about to spray another little heavier coat and you know, keep the heavier coats up. So before I spray again, I'm gonna check the important parts to see if there's any fuzz or anything like that on it, so I need to pick it off. All right, so there we go. All right, we got the guitar, I don't say dry the touch, so you can pretty much touch it. It's got a nice shine to it. Check it out. See all that orange peel? We're gonna fix that though. Really nice. I'm gonna get out here tomorrow evening and level sand and get all that worked out. Man, it's one of my best finishes. As soon as we get that out of there, it is thick too, boy. I got about 8 coats of clear on it. So like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. Remember, at 1,000 subscribers, you could win a guitar. So you're gonna get a kit guitar, put it all together. Like I said, with comments from you guys, what you want to see, like what color do you want it, painted, not painted, stained, whatever. So there'll probably be like I say it'll be a Les Paul style, whatever, or a Gibson, whatever. But we could do whatever. I mean, I'm kind of game for whatever. So like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications.